You know, I'm the dude. That's what they call me. You know that, or his dudeness, or Duda, or El Duderino.
Welcome back to another video on Slotcar Dude. Today it's an episode again on the search for the right chassis for the Proxy Race, for the 1-32 Proxy Race with the Porsche 356 body, the Spyder body. I wanted to share with you all the chassis that I took a closer look at. So actually this is a part 2. To start off with today, this is the slotted HRS2 chassis that has an adjustable wheelbase. The front wheelbase can be adjusted. It's a sidewinder chassis, as you can see. It would leave the option of suspension for the motor pod and where the rear axle is fitted to, but unfortunately this chassis does not fit the body. It's too big. I couldn't make it fit the wheelbase for the Porsche 356 Spyder. So this was another option, put back into the spare box. Let's see what else I came up with. So just to let you know, what I'm playing around with is, yes, this is a vintage Formula 1 car with a Lexan body. But the interesting thing is under here, this is a vintage Schoeller brass chassis. And I will try and use this chassis to fit underneath this body. Will it work? Let's see.
But before we take a closer look onto the chassis, I have to do a big shout out to Mr. Slot Speed, Carsten, who actually contacted me and gave me the idea with the vintage Schoeller chassis. He was the one who contacted me, sent me pictures, told me what I should try, how I could fiddle it in. And so a big shout out. And for those of you who haven't done it yet, check out his channel. Of course, I wanted to share with you what the chassis looks like. This is how you get it in parts with front axle holder, rear axle holder, ground plate, and nuts and bolts. And of course, at the front, at the left, where to put the guide. So I just pre-assembled it lightly, or just to check out the wheelbase, whether it would fit the Porsche, as you can see it in the background here to the right, whether it fits or not. And yes, it does fit. So the wheelbase would work. The ground plate is too long, as you can see, but that's no problem. That's what a Dremel is for. So you just cut away, or I cut away the front that is too long here. And just for those who are interested, yes, you can adjust the height of, or the ground clearance of the chassis to the wheels at the front and also in the rear. And this is where the motor would go. So this is set up as an inliner. Everything would suit my needs quite perfectly. I will start the Dremel in a second now. I will adjust it and I will show you what it looks like. This is where I also will cut away a little from the wheels or wheel adjustment here, lengthwise, because I don't need that. So I will let you know in a second. So here you can see the cut plate, the cut ground plate. It really fits together well. And as you can see, I had to use reduction rims to fit in the bearings for the 2.38 millimeter bushings and bearings. And the body would have really come down low, just as I would have preferred it. But unfortunately, there were some obstacles coming up, which are, show you in a second, here to see from above, as the inlet, the seats and the motor that came with the body would not fit in all together. No chance of making this work. The space is just not there. Unfortunately, I really would have loved to use that chassis, but so I had to go back to my 3D printed ones.
This is the trimmed down 3D printed chassis for the Porsche 356 Spyder. As you can see, it's pretty short. I changed the point where the guide would fit in because it was too far out, because one of the main topics with this 356 body is that if you look closely where the front wheels are, there is not much space to the front where a guide will fit in. So this is why I trimmed and adjusted this 3D printed body, 3D printed chassis. It's all getting out of hand. Not only a saying here. So if you look here, you can see that still this guide is rubbing a little in the body, so I still need to do some work. The good thing, or the nice thing, would be that yes, I can put up a suspension. It would be an inliner. There would be, I think, enough space for the inlet for the cockpit that came with the body that has to be used.
Here again, a closer look onto the chassis. If you look closely, I already got rid of the front eyelets for the suspension. I will do the same with the rear eyelets. I will get rid of the suspension. I will glue in the black part into the white part, as I'm facing more problems than I thought. So no suspension. It's gonna be a hard chassis, hard plastic chassis, but it comes along well. Everything fits well. I will also get rid of this motor holder that you can see here for the inline. I will rearrange the whole motor setup. But as you can see, this really comes along nicely, and I'm more than happy to how the turnout is here at the moment and what the looks are. Yes, I'll also do something to the rear chassis plate there, so it'll be hidden better. And the next progress I did was to put super glue on the front tires to make hard tires and true them again and polish them. So these are the steps that have already been taken. I hope you like what you've seen. I hope you like the journey that I'm taking you with me. Don't forget to press that cowbell, press the subscribe button, the like button, share. Don't forget to leave comments, of course. More than happy to read and answer comments. And as always, don't forget, there's more to come.